okay, sige lang, ganun pala, may ginawa lang pala si Doc, may inuna siyang pasyente that are emergent than me, so I will understand. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Miranda and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Dr. Vlogger. Bakit nga ba late ang doktor? Bakit ba late ka na naman, Doc? So, I guess that question is a very common question from almost all patients. And one day, I also saw that post in one of the mommy groups that I am part of. I saw that she expressed her disappointment because she waited for a couple of hours for her doctor and compared the doctors here in the Philippines from the doctors now abroad. We are going to talk more about that. I guess I just made this video para lang may konting understanding sa part po namin and as well as acknowledging din sa part ng mga patients that we hear you. We know your complaints and I hope you also listen to most reasons are valid enough para naman habaan po natin yung patients natin with each other. So without further ado, I have gathered more or less 6 reasons that I think sana naman po ay valid and that will make you understand our side. I made this video based on my personal own experience and also some experiences of my friends, but hindi ito in general, and excluded here are those procedures sa OR or yung mga patients that are admitted. This is solely made for patients that waited sa clinic. I have been a patient myself. I also accompanied my mother and other relatives during their checkups, and there are times that I waited as well, but I admit I have not waited like parang a day or a half day or ilang hours. I just waited perhaps mga 1 or 2 hours. So far, hindi ko pa na-experience yung ibang complaints na sometimes daw they waited almost half a day for the doctor to come. And I feel you, I get you, I understand that. You have the right to complain, you have the right to express your disappointment. You will be frustrated because you can still do a lot of things during those times, during those hours that you're waiting. You can really express that. Pwede kang ma-disappoint and ma-frustrate. But let me tell you our side, the 6 reasons that doctors are almost always late during clinic. So first reason is of course a very common one, and not just the doctors but also ibang profession, ibang tao, a lot of us, especially here in our country, experience the traffic. Okay, I don't wanna elaborate further kasi talagang this exists in our country. Alam niyo naman po, some of our doctors have clinics medyo malayo. Some of our doctors live in Quezon City, tapos may clinic sila dito sa South. The length of time, the hours na guguli nila sa traffic. But, good news, di ba, nagawa na po yung Skyway 3, may mga nagawa na po at ginagawa pang mga infrastructures or bridges na pwedeng mapadali. Just like, one day, my friend from Cavite, parang 20 minutes na lang yung travel niya from Cavite to Quezon City. So, napapadali siya. There are some of us that live sa magkalayong places. May ibang taga Batangas na may clinic sa Quezon City, yung mga ganon. I also know that there are some who realize that the stress of the traffic is not worth it para magka-clinic sa ibang sobrang malayong lugar. So, some of them, I even talked to 1 or 2 na sinacrifice nila yon. They gave up their clinics dun sa malayong lugar. Personally, I got stocks from hospitals that malapit sa area ko so that hindi ko na ma-experience yun. However, traffic still do exist. So, yun. We go to the next one, which is emergency referrals. Being a doctor, it's really unpredictable. Sometimes, you'll have these referrals that are very urgent, emergent, na na kailangan mo talagang puntahan. In our profession, we always apply na kung sino yung priority, kung sino yung mas nangangailangan at emergency cases, dun talaga uunahin. Hindi talaga nag-a-apply sa amin na first come, first serve kasi especially if you're really passionate about your job and then someone called you from the emergency room or kahit hindi emergency room, kahit sa OR or sa mga special units and then your patient need an emergent care or kailangan talagang puntahan, may mga doctors talaga that prioritize those patients. Somehow, yung secretary naman nasasabihan. So, for sure, you can ask the secretary, especially pag mga more than 1 hour, 2 hours na wala pa yung doctor, you can ask. Wala kaming control doon. It happens. Actually, dun sa thread na yon, dun sa nag-post na yon, may mga nagtanggol naman sa doctors and we appreciate that. May mga iba pang personal experiences nila na sinasabi nila na magpasalamat na lang din daw kasi if ever that doctor or their doctor attended to the emergency patient, meaning sila talaga yung mas nangangailangan, pasalamat na lang din na there they are just sitting sa clinic and just waiting na okay sila. Hindi naman sila emergent because sa OPD nga siya, outpatient sila. So the third reason is doctors also have clinics from other hospitals. Sadly, doctors need that. It's also one of our ways to be able to earn and also establish practice. We have clinics at other hospitals. We just don't have like clinics sa isang hospital only. So, sometimes, nagpi-clinic kami ng morning and then afternoon, may clinic pa again sa afternoon that is scheduled. I have read in that thread also na sabi nila, in other countries, 10 to 15 minutes lang daw titignan and then after that, next patient agad. In our Filipino setting, it doesn't work that way. We can't, well, personally, we can't examine and interview a patient and then finish by 15 minutes, especially dito sa mga Pinoy sa Philippines kasi usually ang dami talagang questions ng patient. We talk to them, we interview them, we examine them, and sometimes umaabot pa sa relatives. Ang dami pang chikahan na nangyayari and forgive us for that. So, nagtatagal talaga per patient, especially if marami palang problema yung pasyente. As you interview the patient, examine the patient, ang dami naman pala niyang nararamdaman, ang dami mong nadi-discover, and then you still dig more, dig deeper. So, tumatagal talaga yung per patient in, in the clinics. Kaya, minsan, nalilate din talaga papunta sa next clinic schedule niya. And that's not the patient's fault. Dun sa mga naghihintay din sa kabilang clinic. And of course, hindi naman siya fault din ng doctors. Talagang hindi mo talaga siya mapipredict na, this patient, it will only take me 15 minutes, matatapos na ako. Hindi talaga ganon. Maiba din talaga din na nagpapa-check up sa outpatient na severe na din pala yung nararamdaman nila, but they just opt for an outpatient consult. Pag natagalan sa clinic doon sa kabilang hospital, and then traffic, yun na yun. Nalilate talaga siya. The fourth reason is rounds muna sila before mag-clinic. We have admitted patients in some hospitals. Others, even though wala silang clinic in the morning, will do their rounds. Meaning, they will visit their patients na na-admit sa mga hospitals and talk to them, examine them. May mga iba, papauwi na nila for discharge. May iba din naman, severe or newly admitted the night before, tapos i-rounds po them the next day. Nag-rounds muna sila before sila mag-clinic. And like what I've said, hindi din naman mapipredict yung mangyayari kasi pag mag-rounds, what if may mga 5 patients ka doon? And sometimes, what if may 3 hospitals ka that you're affiliated with? Pupunta-punta ka pa muna, i-rounds muna sila, and then mag-clinic ka na in the afternoon. And sometimes, na-i-extend na yung pag-rounds kasi sa if ever madami. And I'm not making this as an excuse or para kaawaan kami, but sometimes nga, nagla-lunch na nga lang kami sa kotse. There are other friends of mine na fast food na lang ng fast food kasi wala nang breakfast, diretso mag-clinic, diretso mag-rounds. Sa kotse na lang mag-lunch, brunch na nila yon. And then sometimes, hindi pa nga sila nakakapag-lunch kasi they will think na late na ako dun sa next clinic ko. So, magmamadali sila, magdadrive pa, and then there's traffic. Ay, actually, it's really stressful, but then again, sana you will understand. And then the fifth reason is emergency. Emergency, not sa mga patients na emergency, family emergencies, personal emergencies, may nangyari talaga, tao lang din kami. Doctors are human beings who also encounters problems, who also encounters emergencies, and especially family emergencies. Biglang nagkasakit ang mga anak, biglang may nangyari sa asawa, may nangyari sa parents. Ayun, isang reason yun na sometimes we don't bother to share it to the patients. Sometimes you just, go on with our lives and go on with the clinic and examine yun na parang wala lang nangyari. Pero yun na pala, may nangyari pala. May emergency pala nangyari sa family namin. But we don't want to bother you with that. That's our personal situation. And, well, may iba naman sa amin na nag-share, especially if close na sila sa patients na yun, para maintindihan din. And even in the emergencies, you know what, when I was like, mga 3 months, 4 months, yung mga babies ko, there are times, or kahit mga 8 months, gano'n, when clingy na sila, and then may schedule na for work, nalilate ako because they just really want me to be there, and nadudurog yung puso ko na iiwan ko sila, and they're crying, na gusto nila nandun pa din ako. So, medyo nagtatagal talaga na minsan 30 minutes na yung tagal, tapos naabutan ka na sa traffic, naabutan ka na nung rush hour. So, hindi siya emergency, but it happens, especially sa mga mothers out there. I mean, doctors who are mothers can relate na talagang ang hirap iwan ng mga, yung mga chikiting na talagang, Mommy, huwag kang umalis, don't leave, ganon. Don't work. It happens. We're still human beings. We also experience those things. Lastly, yung number 6, yung pinaka, I don't know if it's funny but realistic. May mga tao lang talaga na late. So yun, doctors, like what I've said, they are also human beings. They have developed their personalities. May mga tao talagang late na kahit walang traffic or na kahit walang rounds, walang patient, magki-clinic na early in the morning, malilate pa din. Those kind of doctors, I cannot defend them. It happens. Kahit hindi doctors, kahit anong profession, lawyer, accountant, housekeeper, kung sino man, pero kung talagang late ka, you're really not a punctual person, yun, late din talaga sila. On behalf of those doctors, I'm sorry for those patients that are waiting for their doctors na na-late lang kasi na-late ng gising or late lang talaga sila lagi kahit sa usapan ng mga friends nila, meetups, gano'n, talagang late sila. So, may gano'n ding doctor. I'm not defending the doctors na fully because we have to take responsibility of that. Naghihintay kayo and precious hours nyo yun. You could have done something with those hours that you waited. But sometimes, especially if you watch this video, this will remind you or maisip nyo na lang na, baka galing sa emergency si Doc, baka may na-save siyang buhay during that time na nag-wait ako. So, kahit papano, may konting compassion and understanding in that way of thinking. However, in our side, I hope also, especially if you are soon-to-be doctors, we try to be punctual. We try na if hanggat makakaya, we wake up early and then wag na abutin ng rush hour and go to clinics almost all the time na on time para hindi sila maghintay. So it's give and take relationship. It's a two-way street. Time is of the essence to everyone and we understand that. I hope you enjoyed this video and like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and click on that notification bell to be updated with my latest uploads. And see you in my next video. Bye-bye!